Hey, out there in our podcast land, my YouTube participants and my YouTube friends.
Yes.
This is Gad with Yab, and my man Richard Carrington. How you doing, my brother?
All right, great. Glad to be back at it.
Yeah, so we took a little hiatus. We off for a while, so we're back again, and we're just trying to make everything better for you guys and trying to take our stuff to the next level. Just want to let you guys know that stick with us. Don't give up on us, because we got some interesting things coming in the near future.
Yes, interesting and exciting, you know.
That's right.
We're looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about just gun violence in these schools and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And also gun violence in general.
Yeah.
You know, from what I understand, some states, such as Florida, you can just carry it whenever you want to, right? You don't need a permit.
Yeah.
Governor DeSantis did that.
Yeah, right? And other states, they say they expect other states to follow, you know, in the South more so than up here. You know, up here you can't have a gun, really.
Right.
You got to, you can, but you got to go through hoops, and if, you know.
Right.
But I don't know, man. What do you think about that? Because you want to be able to protect yourself, but do you think that that's a little bit too much? Where you can just walk into the gun store, and as long as you don't have, as long as you don't have a criminal record. I'm not even sure though in Florida if that's the case. It may be like, because you know sometimes if you got like a misdemeanor or something, they'll let you.
Yeah, but it just seemed like to me, just like in New Hampshire, you can just go into any store and just buy a gun. I really don't think you need a permit. I don't think. Because
if you're a resident,
Right, I was talking to a couple of individuals that live in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And they were saying you can just go into a Walmart and purchase a gun.
Wow, and that's the next state over.
Yes.
You think that would be kind of, wow.
Yeah, so...
and you live close to New Hampshire, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right.
But you know, I don't mess around like that. I get the amendment for, you have the amendment to carry a weapon and things like that. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not taking away from that. But, always use cautious with your guns, with your rifles. If you're going to hunt, you hunt.
Right.
And do that. If you want to just do things for recreation, that's fine too, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
But, when you're done with the gun, lock it up and make sure you have it secure somewhere, because then again, you run the risk of a kid, a child or something like that, grabbing a gun, and then other things may happen that you don't want.
Right. I mean, I'm in favor of the right to bear arms, the right to carry, to protect your family, protect your person, protect your business. But as far as, things just seem to be gone too far, and they're still saying how they're like all these mass killings every week they're having them.
That's right.
So they're saying like, I guess it's 2 or more people killed, they consider that a mass shooting, but they're happening every week, man.
Yeah.
And there's so many that we don't even hear about half of them.
I know.
We hear about those ones that, really cringe when they go in and kill kids or stuff like that. But for the most part, man, I mean, I guess all you have to do is search it online and you'll see that they're happening every day almost.
And not only that, what about the elderly guy that shot that young kid, and all he was doing was trying to find directions?
Yeah.
He was at the wrong house.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me you don't ask questions?
Yeah.
You just fire? And then he told the police that he was feared for his life.
Right.
But he said he didn't say anything to the person, like, what you doing here?
Right. It's
crazy.
Yeah.
And this is another topic, you guys, but it still has to do with guns.
Guns, absolutely.
This individual, elderly guy, shot this young kid. I know you guys heard about it, and he's fine. He's doing well, but after this incident, he's going to be scarred for life.
Yes,
man.
yeah.
He may not even want to go outside anymore because he might not trust people anymore.
Yeah, he could have been killed.
Yes, and all he was doing, he was at the wrong address. He was looking for his sister or his cousin or something like that.
He was going to pick up someone. Yeah, I believe it was like a younger relative.
And the street that he was looking for actually was like the street over.
Yeah.
And he knocked on the door thinking he was where he was supposed to be.
Yep.
And I was, hello, can I help you? Oh, so-and-so, no, you're at the wrong address, sir.
Right.
Or ma'am, or whatever, and keep it moving. I'm not coming to the door with a gun.
No.
I mean, certain things warrant certain
Right.
things, but a person made a mistake.
Right.
It's 2023, but I just don't think it's that bad where you have to have a gun or a rifle cocked next to the door if somebody knock on your door.
I know.
It's not Dodge City out here, man. I really don't believe that.
Yeah, I mean, that guy must have been, he must have had something else going on because, again, like, you remember back in the day, you get lost or your car break down, you knock on the door, hey, my car broke down,
Yeah.
can you help me or whatever? And people, and 9 times out of 10, it was legitimate, Sometimes people ran scams, but, a kid comes and knocks on your door, at least, like you said, you should say, can I help you?
Right.
And if he act crazy or whatever, then I understand you're going to protect yourself if he tries to come in or something like that. But
Right. You always a little
other than that, if I'm just asking, is this where my sister is, or is this,
Right.
is this 100 Main Street?
Yeah. Yeah.
Boom.
Right. Yeah.
Come on.
You got to be, I know you have to be like apprehensive.
Yeah.
But that's why you got a peephole.
Right. Exactly.
What's going on? Who are you?
Can I help you?
Right. I don't know who you are, so
Exactly.
I'm asking questions. And I'm definitely not opening up a door.
Right.
Because once again, you guys,
Right.
it's 2023. A lot of things going on. A lot of people doing scams.
Yeah.
A lot of people putting different type of drugs on your car, so when you touch it, you get sick.
Yeah.
Females have
Yeah,
to really be
be
careful
careful,
about
yes.
what they're doing now,
They've
because
been doing a lot of that.
Yep, a lot of females are getting targeted because they may be, a person may target females because they may see this individual as by themselves,
Right.
and invulnerable.
Vulnerable, yes.
So a lot of people will prey on the vulnerability of a female.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's scary, especially, you say your wife goes out shopping or whatever, you do have to be more aware of things. Like you said, you got to be aware of your surroundings, keep your head on a swivel,
Of
looking
course.
around,
Of course.
because there are a lot of dangers, but we don't want to be to the point where we just shoot first and ask
And ask
questions.
questions later. Yeah.
Because more innocent people are going to die like
That's
that,
right. And that's something that nobody needs.
Right.
We don't want that. So, and once again, I started thinking, and it's not necessarily the gun,
Yeah.
and it's not necessarily the gun laws,
Right.
but what's going to happen to the illegal guns that people
Right.
get? How can you track that?
Right.
How can you keep that from happening?
Right.
How can you lower the volume
Right.
of the sale of an illegal weapon?
And that's kind of what they use too, like the real gun enthusiasts. They'll say, well, I'm not giving up my gun when the criminal got a gun, a legal gun.
Right.
And you kind of understand where they're coming from, but like you said, when they got the AK-47s and all that,
Yeah.
and what really, what's going on?
Right.
Why do you need all that?
And
But people have a right to have guns.
That's true. That's true. And I understand that Biden passed a law. We're trying to get it passed to where nobody should be able to purchase something that big, an AK-47. Did you hear anything about that?
Yes.
Right.
He was trying to get that pushed through, but the NRA is tough, man, and they got support in Congress like you wouldn't believe.
They must be, man. I never understood why that's a big corporation, huh?
Yeah.
A big entity.
Yeah, and they get people elected, and those people will fight for them, all the way, because they've been trying to ban assault weapons forever, and then I think they did at one point, but then it got overturned, and
Right.
so they said, and you see people out there, I got a right to carry my AR-15, or I got a right to have this, and you do have a right to have a gun, but you got to be responsible. And what they say, man, and this is the stuff like sometimes when we talk about mental health,
Right.
is that it's not really the gun that kills people. They used to say people kill people. The gun is just an instrument because the gun just sitting on the table by itself.
Right.
It's just a gun.
Yeah, but
when you put it in the hand of a person that's not stable,
Right.
or a person that's angry, or a person that's, violent racist, or a person that's a criminal,
a fool.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's when it becomes dangerous. And I do understand, but I just still think it should be some type of regulation.
Yeah.
And I don't think the regulation is harsh enough.
Okay.
I just don't think that.
Yeah.
Because why is it still that these individuals that have mental health issues,
Right.
still getting hand on a gun.
Yeah.
I just feel it bothers me.
Yeah.
It bothers me.
Because there's so many loopholes and there's so many ways around it. And like you said, again, if I really wanted a gun and I couldn't get one in Massachusetts, I'd move to New Hampshire.
Yep.
If that was really what I wanted to do. So I'm sure there's people that have done that.
Oh, of course.
And said, okay, I'm gonna get me an address over here
Yep.
and get me a license and then my driver's license and now I'm good.
Right, because there's more than one way to do things.
Yeah.
Some people may be purchasing guns up here as far away as the South.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
But, down South, they probably can get guns.
Yeah, down in Georgia, I know the kids used to go to Georgia to get guns and then bring them up here.
Right.
That was years ago. But, I think they've even tightened up their laws a little bit more.
Yeah.
Where you buy in bulk and stuff like that. Because
Right.
you want to go out there and get 10, 15 guns and come up here and sell them
Yeah, that's crazy. And then...
to criminals.
Yeah. And then maybe about a month or two ago, they had a sting and they're investigating guys that were making these ghost guns.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And they caught them and everything and just actually making a gun.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Making a gun. And that's what I mean. If you're halfway smart, you can be in your basement making a gun
Right.
and sell it right out your daggone window.
Yeah.
Your door. Anything. And
So there's got to be something that, there's got to be some parameters that they put out and say, okay, like, we understand you have the right to bear arms. We understand you have a right to, own a weapon, a
Right.
firearm.
Right.
But let's say, ABC. Let's come up with something that's working better than what we got now, because what we got now is not working.
No,
man.
it's not.
It's not working
at all. Not working at all.
So
they have to come up with something.
yeah, I just think so.
I don't know what it may be, but hey, I got a few ideas. What about you?
Yeah, man. I mean, they gotta do something, man.
Yeah,
Because it just doesn't make sense, and as as things get tougher and people are losing jobs and
Right.
things like that,
Speaking of that, Rich, you know what? They had a piece on 60 Minutes
Okay.
talking about referencing why aren't people working?
Right.
What's going on?
Okay.
So they visited a young lady that she was an executive for Indeed, and they
Oh
found
yeah,
jobs
yeah,
for people
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff
I
like
seen
that.
it online. Yep.
Right, and basically what she was saying is a lot of people had quit their job during the pandemic
Okay.
up until now because they have found other avenues to work,
Okay.
and one of those avenues is working from home.
Okay.
So what's going on now is they have businesses geared to working at home.
Okay.
So say, for instance, if you and I came up with a business, a work from home business, we would take that to, say, Amazon and say, hey, what do you guys think about working from home? And if so, we would set that up for them.
Okay.
We would be like the go-between
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
And that's
Okay.
and that's another form of making money. That's another form of working.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of corporations like that, a lot of
Okay.
businesses like that.
All right.
I like virtual businesses.
Yes,
So
yes.
it was a young lady that was on 60 Minutes said that she did a sales pitch to some corporation, and they like looked at her like she had 8, 9, 10 heads, and this was